This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
This podcast contains adult themes, sexual content, and strong language. If you can't handle that, you should probably leave.
Hi, and welcome to Bustles and Bangers with your hostess, Rachel and Christopher.
I love it when you say my name.
All right, so hello. Hi. Welcome
Hi.
to another installment of Bustles and Bangers with your hosts, Rachel and Christopher Danger.
You're really fucking cute today.
Thank you so much. Do you want to describe what I'm wearing or should I? I'm wearing this
You look like a baby doll.
oh, thank you. I know I'm wearing like this petite white lacy sort of cleavage showing prairie dress. I don't know what to call
Prairie
it.
dress, yeah.
I was going for something really innocent yet sexy. So, yeah. So, anyway.
Well played. You did
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. Well, hello, Christopher.
We'll have to talk about that later.
Oh, yeah. You'll have to show me how you really feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, anywho, thank you all for joining us for the third installment of
Is this the third time?
Third. 3 times a charm. We still have one more to go after that, though. So, of Inside Outside.
This is going to be a quick one, right?
It's a quickie.
It's going to be a fast episode.
Because I done fucked
and
up.
we came late to the party today.
Better late than never, I guess. By Phillip Jose Farmer. This is a quickie because I done fucked up. I thought I'd read far enough. I clearly hadn't based on my mathematics and calculations. As we all know, I'm not good at that. I'm pretty, but I'm not good at math. So thanks.
You are pretty.
Yeah, but I am not good at math.
You are not good at math.
That's why I have you.
That's why you have me.
Yeah.
I'm not good at math either.
Yeah, you're the money, honey. I need you to count those dollars
You
for
make
me.
it all. I spend it all, and then I
No,
tell you that
I
we're
spend
out.
some
It's
of it.
pretty good. That's right.
You manage it. You are my sugar daddy.
Hell yeah.
For sure. It's like I need you to get me like a separate card altogether just to be like spoiled on. That would be really cute. Or if our followers like me enough, you can definitely send me some money one day through whenever I finally get posted our little, Cash App?
Yeah.
Because I see other people post their little Cash App on their little apps. So I just need to figure out how to do that. So anyway, just to go ahead and get it out of the way and be annoying to anybody listening, we would absolutely love you to follow us on our social media accounts. You can find us on all formats like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at Bustles and Bangers. Or you can find a little bit more of my personal content at Gypsy Danger 317. Pretty sure it's 317. It might be 0317.
Oh my God, you don't even know what it is.
It's 317. But our OnlyFans that is soon to come will be Gypsy Danger only. So, yeah. If I can ever get over my ADHD's like procrastination and get that shit up there working. So anyway, help support us. We would love it. So anywho, this is the third installment of Inside Outside by Phillip Jose Farmer. And for anybody catching up, or for you, Christopher, who forgets literally every time what the hell we've been reading.
I remember it this time.
I'm surprised. You must not be too high today.
Hi.
Well, so we are following Jack Cole.
Just stop yesterday.
Yeah, slow down, buddy.
Stop smoking so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're following Jack Cole and Phillip.
Nice.
No, Phyllis. Oh, what's her last name? Nilstrom.
Dick.
Fill this. No, it'd be Pussy. Phyllis Pussy.
Pussy.
Yeah, Pussy.
Pussy.
Yeah. So anyway, Phyllis Nilstrom and Jack Cole, otherwise known as Jackal or Cole. We keep calling him by his last name, which I hate.
Or
I
Jay,
hate it.
or Ackle.
Or JC. I don't know. Maybe I'll start calling him JC. Anyway, they are in some sort of hell, which they believe to be in some sphere like a snow globe.
Right.
And at first, well, and still to this moment, hate each other. Things seem to be unusual in this weird ass world, even though things are already unusual. It's more unusual. Things seem to be falling apart. Jack works for this company that's wanting to figure out who this entity named X is. Maybe it's Jesus Christ. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's one person. Maybe it's three. I don't know. So anyway, the last thing that basically happened is they were running away from a crazy ass crowd that ripped X and his ambulance drivers to shreds.
Oh yeah, because there's blood in the streets, right?
Yeah, and because in hell, in the sphere of hell, you need ambulances and phones and briefcases, but not clothes. And you can have tobacco and coffee and food from a manna cloud, but not anything else. It's so confusing, this guy. We've already decided Phillip is tripping. So, you think Phillip named the character Phyllis after himself?
Yes.
Loser. He's like, you want to be a woman? You want to be a woman? Do you want to be women? I don't know. So anyway, they were running away from this crazy ass crowd. They were chasing down this demon with X's head down into the manhole in the sewers.
Oh yeah, the manhole.
There was creatures ripping people apart, and they're all covered in shit. And even though this podcast is supposed to be about smutty romance novels, this one only seems to have tidbits of smutty, suggestive content, but we haven't quite gotten to anything sexy. But I will say, hang on for the ride, because I really like how weird as fuck this book is. You know?
Well, let's do it then.
All right, so let's see where we were.
Chapter 1.
Let's get out of here, Cole said. I think we've found out all we can. They returned the way they'd come, but on arriving at the second conjunction of tunnels from the chamber, they discovered the cause of the noise. Rocks had fallen in through the shaft and plugged up any exit in that direction. Ooh, I wish somebody would plug up my exit with their shaft. Yeah.
I'm like enthralled. I've just been staring at your tits.
Oh, thanks. You want me to move a little bit of my hair out of the way in this microphone? There you go.
I don't know. I'm pretty distracted right now. My jokes aren't coming out.
Oh, that's okay. I like the attention. Anyway, plus we got to get people back on board and get into the story first. So just hang tight. Hold on to your britches.
Toit.
So there they threw away the sacks of food and water, keeping only the ropes and 2 torches and some matches. They began climbing. Above them, something exploded and rocks fell down. The shaft had been ripped open.
Oh.
They crawled out through an opening into a horizontal tunnel, as we all do sometimes.
Horizontal?
Cole decided to dare take it. Fyodor followed with several inches to spare around him. Phyllis got through just as the gray stuff began to meet. Her foot scraped against the jags and began bleeding. Cole didn't wait to examine the injuries. They came across a pole. It led up a shaft about 60 feet and ended in another tunnel. There was daylight at one end of the tunnel. Long line of stone statues lined it, broken idols. The first was a squat semi-human figure, roughly cut out of granite. Below its bulging belly were enormous male and female primary sex organs, the female just above the male. Enormous.
Is that what it said?
Enormous.
Had a giant vagine.
Yeah, right above the dick. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess it's like male and female, I don't know, or male or a female sitting on top of him, I don't know. The next 2 idols were more human and were non-hermaphroditic. The male sported a tremendous phallus, and the female had huge breasts, a swelling abdomen.
Fit inside the phallus.
Yeah.
Around the phallus.
And the female had huge breasts, a swelling abdomen, and very thick hips and legs. These 2 and the androgynous statue were the only ones in the entire line that were not headless. The rest consisted of trunks and jagged necks with the broken off heads lying on the floor near their feet. It was evident from the cracks that the heads had also been broken off at one time. They had been refitted though. Like some of them, somebody tried to put back on.
Tried to fix it.
Yeah.
All right.
I regret this.
I always try and fix my head when it falls off.
Yeah. So I guess they're speculating that demons had done the job, for glues of any strength were not available to humans.
So you had to be a demon to use glue.
You can get tobacco, but you can't have glue.
Can't huff any glue.
Can't huff it. Can't huff it. Don't puff it. Don't huff it.
That's demonic only.
Okay, weird. So they walked in silent review of the silent ranks, past human and half-human torsos, past stone heads and bulls, lions, hawks, ibises, jackals, past the trunks of gods and goddesses and demons with 6 arms and 4 arms and 8 legs, past
I have 4 arms.
No. We all have 4 arms. Past the bearded and the beardless heads on the floor. 4 times they came across the mummified and stiff corpses of men.
They came across them?
Came across them, and they were stiff.
That's a pretty good shot, man.
Of men propped against the wall. These were not headless. Then, at the end of the line, near the tunnel entrance, was a head. The head of X, torn not too long ago from the corpse, rested on the floor and stared out the entrance. Fyodor began weeping.
Why is he crying?
Well, you know, he was like so in love with X. He said that he'd follow him even if he was wrong. They think he's some god.
But isn't he gonna come back?
I get, well, but see, nobody knows how people come back. And they think maybe X is the one performing miracles. Like if it is Jesus Christ stuck in hell or choosing to stay there, that he's the one bringing everybody them back
to life.
So if he's torn apart, because no one said that he's ever been torn apart. Ooh, you know, because they assume they're still up there assuming, is he one person? Is he 2 people? If he's one person and you killed him and he's the only one that can bring people back. Oh no. So shit's falling the fuck apart.
Oh no.
So.
All right. Well, let's keep going.
Cole, I'm so tired of them calling him by his last name, Jack. Jack walked on past the head and out the entrance. He was standing on the slope of a hill. The hill was outside the walls of the city. Abruptly, the tunnel from which they had just emerged was undulating like an eel, and the thunder of the quake was filling as if it were a titan's megaphone. Yet Jack could hear even above the bellow a high-pitched hyena-like laughter. The series of loud cantinations was only a few feet behind him. They came from a demon, the same one who had fled down the sewage tunnels with the head of X. He was standing not a foot away, his hands on his hips, his head thrown back, his mouth wide, laughing.
A foot away? They didn't notice him a foot away?
Well, I assume demons are sneaky, don't you think?
Man, I don't know.
Creeping up on you. Before Jack could do anything, he was shoved to one side by Fyodor. Fyodor poured himself out
to the demon.
Hurled himself.
Threw him out of the way,
said,
turned around.
Give it to me, Daddy.
Pulled his pants down and presented his ass to the demon.
Yeah. So Fyodor hurled himself on the demon, bore him down, and began banging the demon's head on the floor. X, 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 he screamed.
X.
Why X? What is X? Who? Cole ran up to the 2, then sat on the floor and seized the demon's arms to help Fyodor hold him down. Suddenly, the demon quit laughing. Tears welled from his eyes, and he sobbed. This surprised Fyodor so much that he quit pounding the demon's head. It surprised Cole, too. He'd never seen a demon cry. Oh. Men, the demon said, crying. Wait, hold on. Men. The demon
said, you gotta change your tone there.
I know things you don't know, but there's a lot I don't know, and I'm basically as helpless and as hopeless as you. Well, Cole said. Well, I'm not a demon, not in the sense you mean. I'm a member of a race, species, what you'd call an extraterrestrial.
He's an alien.
The people of our planet resemble yours physically, except that on your world, many are given shapes not intended by nature. Genetic manipulation, direct transmutation of protoplasmic configurations, reworking of cells at a microscopic level. We have our reasons for doing this. I won't get into them.
Well, then why mention them?
They've been doing this, you know, like teasing you with weird shit and then like saying, never mind. So Cole asks, like, but what about these machines surrounding the sphere? Who put them there? What's their purpose? Who? It howled. The others. The others. What others? Cole howled back at him. Another type of sapience, immeasurably older than either of us, more knowledgeable, more powerful by far. We offended them, and this is our punishment.
Oh, because we hurt some feelings from a superior race?
Everybody's so fucking sensitive.
How superior are you if we hurt your feelings?
I was going to say how surprising. But what about us, Cole yelled.
Bitches, dude.
What about you offended them too? Early. How? We don't even know them. Your primitive ancestors did. How could they? And who are the others? I can't tell you. I can't. That's part of our punishment. We've been treated, inhibited. We're under compulsion. We know, but we can't tell you. I've told you all I can, and if I weren't so terrified, I couldn't tell you this much. But those machines, our physical resurrection, the fabrication of this world, how? Why? It's not metaphysical or supernatural. It's physical, obeys the laws, principles of the universe we knew. Some laws we don't know, but they do. They've got power we would have someday if we hadn't been wiped out through our own arrogance and foolishness. Power you terrestrials could have if you could overcome your own type of damned foolishness. Tell me, Cole screamed, but Fyodor began banging the demon's head on the floor while he shouted, X. Tell me about X. Suddenly, with that instability of mood and irrationality of behavior that made these creatures so terrifying to human beings, before man outnumbered demon, he began laughing. It wasn't hysterical laughter. It was genuine amusement.
X.
He laughed until he choked. Then recovering, he said, would you believe me if I told you that X was a human traitor? That he helped us because he wanted to torment you with a hopeless hope? No, I wouldn't, bellowed Fyodor. Would you believe it if I told you he is the savior you hope for? But in this pocket of the universe, he has to behave as the others tell him, obey their laws. No. The demon started laughing again, after which he cried, would you believe it if I told you everything I said was a lie? That everything I'll tell you from now on is a lie, or that just maybe there'll be one or two truths among all the lies. Why not? You earthlings and your truth, you make me sick. What is truth? Cole meant to kill him then, but he was out of his mind. Fyodor was too. He gripped the demon's throat and began choking him.
Oh.
I love when you do that to me.
Harder.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Stunned, he vaguely realized that this portion of the tunnel had been ripped off and that it had been thrown sideways down the hill. There was a crash as the tunnel stopped rolling. The demon was torn from Cole. Before Cole could recover from his stunned condition and attack him, the demon leaped up. It bent over and bit Cole savagely on the shoulder, which I also like when you do that to me. The mark of Cain, the demon shouted. Cole's blood on his mouth. Signature of Satan, bite of Baal, or what have you. Kiss your bald-headed friend, seeker of X,
Kiss
for
your
me.
balls goodbye.
Tell him that X still lives, that X will give him salvation, paradise, if he can find X. Lies, maybe. So long, brother. Howling like a wolf, he ran from the mouth of the tunnel across the heaving desert. But he did not get far. Abruptly, a crack opened beside him, a crack that zigzagged like lightning across the field of vision, that widened as it ran and sent out branches to every side. One of these opened beneath the demon's feet. He threw up his arms, whirled to run away, could not go swiftly enough, and fell backwards, his mouth open in a scream they would have heard except for the thunder. His body flopped. His feet were the last thing of him that they saw.
X.
Look, I have never felt more intense in a book. So I've got to say, even though Phillip is tripping, like, this part was probably the most fun part for me to read in any book. So if anybody wants to hire me to read your very intense book, I'd love to get crazy on it. So to that, we cheers for the first most exciting book that didn't really have to get sexual.
But that's not what we do.
Well, but it was exciting.
X is my favorite character of any book we've ever had.
Anyway, look, listen. I'm going to put my sexy ass foot up on this table and ask you, should I do foot porn?
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
sure.
But tell me how these shoes look with this dress. Aren't they perfect?
Yeah, I don't want you to take them off later. In fact, that's the only thing I want you to keep on later.
Oh,
and the anklet.
Right? Isn't
Yeah,
it cute?
super hot.
See, what do you like about my legs? They're perfect.
Are you kidding me? It's the first thing that I noticed about you
When
them years ago. And now I get to go face first in between them whenever I want.
Well, listen,
Pretty dope.
I'm not wearing any panties.
I know.
Or or a bra.
I know.
But technically the dress doesn't need a bra.
I know.
It just cups my titties so perfectly.
Amazing. It's inside outside.
I'll let you turn me inside outside. I'll let you put your outsides in my insides.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Phillip, don't worry. We're picking up the pace for you.
Picking it up.
So this is actually the most comfortable I've ever been in the studio. I'm just going to keep myself up here.
No,
you want to
that's
stroke
fine. Look at
my
you.
leg? You want to rub me a little
I have to
bit?
switch seats again.
You can come over here and get close to me. Stick your hand up this cute dress.
Stop recording. I need the curtains
Or
closed.
keep it going.
Oh yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Bow chicka wow wow. I mean, have you heard our intro music? So anyway, for anybody who wants to see my outfit, I swear to goodness, I will absolutely make sure we take a picture.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So where was I? All right. Around and around the broken segment of tunnel, no longer a tunnel, but a pipe spun, not so swiftly that the three occupants could not keep from tumbling by, running with it, by moving their feet and staying upright, squirrels in a stone wheel. Mm-hmm. So remember I told you the front of this book, if anybody wants to see the front of the book, look at our social media, like I said. They're in the tunnel. You get it now?
Yes.
This is the whole reason for the front image of the book. They're in this concrete type tunnel and they're spiraling out of control. The world is basically falling apart. Shit's gone to hell in a handbag. Mm-hmm. It hasn't,
a snow globe. Hell in a snow
but it
globe.
hasn't frozen over, so it's not a snow globe. The fire's just stopped.
It's a volcano globe.
They don't know. It's very confusing.
All right.
I'm so curious
Well, let's
to find
keep
out.
going and let's find out.
So then the rotation caught up with them, swept them upward until they fell off the sides and back onto the part below them, only to be carried upward and dropped again. They crashed to a stop. We've got to get rid of these statues. So far we've been lucky, but if this starts rolling again, and it sure as hell will, we might not be so lucky next time. Phyllis lay sobbing, but Fyodor struggled up. I want everybody to remember through this whole book, everyone is butt-ass naked.
Naked.
Nobody in hell is wearing clothes. Not anybody. Junk flying, titties getting bruised up.
Everything.
This is scary. You know how weird that is, that we just put a piece of fabric over our body and yet we feel more protected from bumps and bruises and stuff. But really, what is that really doing? But barely. These are statues flying around them. And they're just like naked, just titties flapping, dicks falling out into the wind, you know.
Clothes are more protective than I think maybe you think they are. Although if we didn't wear them, we would probably evolve faster. But then when you're like, I want to lay with somebody who's really soft, that wouldn't be a thing because everybody would be real fucking rough and feel like leather.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want me to be thick-skinned. You want me to be sensitive and soft and sweet.
Mm-hmm. So I like it.
Oh, I love you.
Maybe not sweet. Sometimes I like it when you're kind of a fucking brat.
But I like it when you treat me like I'm a good girl.
Oh, well, you are a good girl.
Thank you. All right. So anyway, everybody get out of our bedroom.
Yeah, stop.
Jeez,
Damn.
you voyeurs.
We're talking.
Actually, we love you, and I've always had a voyeur fantasy. Not of me being a voyeur, but somebody voyeuring me. To tell you the truth, I was a super weirdo. I used to fantasize about somebody like watching me through the window. So like I've always told you, I think you should just like stand outside the window and just watch me change and then come in and take me. All right. Sorry, I got to fill in the sexiness because this book is just intensity.
This book is a sci-fi book.
Yeah. Is it sci-fi if it's heaven and hell stuff?
It's not heaven.
Science fiction?
I don't know.
If everybody's to believe that the Bible is real, like if it's an actual...
It's a
like,
real book.
For fact. No, I mean, but like facts.
Oh. Like
do you call it science fiction or do you call it like...
If it was facts, it would be nonfiction.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Confusing. So the two guys, because Phyllis is a mess on the floor with her vag hanging out, the two rolled the first statue to the lip of the pipe. I put my lips on your pipe earlier.
Yeah, you did.
It was a gross bodied thing with the head of a crocodile and long jaws.
That's what it sounds like, too. That's what mine looks like.
Ooh, you can bite me anytime, baby. And the right angles to the body presented a problem. So each time the jaws came into contact with the floor, its upper part had to be raised, the jaws as lever. Any engineers out there? Any like technically minded guys who are like, we could have gotten that handled with some, string and a ruler. Anyway, so the guys are struggling. They're trying to get these weird ass statues out because they think they're going to get crushed if this thing starts rolling again. And I guess like at first when I was reading this book, I was like, why would it start rolling again? But I guess if there's another quake and another blah, 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 they might start going down a hill. This thing's wild. Can I just be honest? I kind of want a movie about this.
Okay.
I want to physically see what's happening. So let me just shout out to any creatives, any movie directors out there, because like, hell yeah, if a fucking movie director I guess I've already had 3 shots. Movie director listen to us. Inside Outside by Phillip Jose Farmer should be a movie. Do it.
Do it.
All right.
We will later make fun of the movie.
Put me in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be Phyllis. I can cry on command.
And she has a beautiful vag.
Oh, thank you. I will be fully naked for the whole movie. It could be a whole movie porn, like that Pirates porn or the other one that they recently
It'll call
did.
Inside Outside. That'd be
Yes. Or they could, for copyright reasons, they could call it Outside Inside. Like that's not taken.
Or Outside Inside Outside.
Yeah, Inside Outside Outside Inside. So, if anybody wants to direct a porn and
I want to
hire
direct
me,
a porn. I need
babe,
stars in a studio.
I have ideas and we have friends. Maybe we should just call. Hey, we should call. Okay, so some other guests on our podcast for anybody who is just jumping on, or maybe you sporadically listen to us. Sometimes we have random friends of ours, people who maybe have some kind of business they wanted to promote, or just people that we absolutely love in our life and wanted to vibe with us and have our little date night with tequila, have come on. What Chad and Shelby have Focused One Studios, but they also have done some movies. I wonder if Chad
So they're
would
gonna let us
direct
film
our
some.
porn. I don't know. Maybe I need to call Chad and be like, "Hey, would you direct our porn?"
We have some friends.
We could put
and we're ready to make
Shelby's.
some money.
We could put Shelby's rap music in it.
Oh hell yeah!
Listen, Shelby, he dropped a good one, dude. It was killer. I
Yeah.
love it. I totally vibed it. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, maybe we'll play it at our
Check it out.
maybe we'll play it at our 10-year anniversary party
Hell yeah!
next year. Whoop whoop.
Big party.
Yeah. All right. So 2 more to go.
What?
Why do they have to keep calling him Cole? It's mixing up my brain. 2 more to go, said Jack.
What's he doing?
Dude, moving the statues.
Oh, that's
2
right.
more strokes to go. I'm playing golf. Everywhere were bodies of human beings and demons, or parts of them, lying where falling rocks had smashed them or hurtling stones had sheared them. What's doing it? Whimpered Fyodor behind
we
Jack.
were doing it earlier.
What's making the world come to an end?
Y'all are in hell, dude. What do you mean?
You've been in hell. You've been having to work a call center job. People jump out the window and die and are brought back. You only drink rock tree coffee.
Yeah, you only eat rock tree cotton
There's
candy.
racism all over the place. Why not just embrace the ending of the world? Why not just lie there? If the world is coming into an end and X is dead and you've been begging for peace, why not just lay your ass under the tunnel? This dude is legit trying to motivate Phyllis and Fyodor to get up there off their asses and fight for their lives. Why? Are you going to get back to heaven? Do you think, or to earth? Do you think if you've already died and your soul has gone to either heaven or hell, that you have any chance of going back to earth or to heaven? No. Where do you go after
Not according
that?
to anything that's ever been said, but
Where do you go to? And if it's a physical realm,
I don't think any
guys, that smells good.
That's good weed, dude.
It smells delicious.
Doesn't it?
Did you get that from the good store?
This actually did not come from the good
Oh,
store.
damn. But it still
This
smells great.
Came
From the other store?
Yeah, the good
The
store.
others!
It came from the other store.
Yeah,
no,
that's
the
what we'll
good
call it.
store is out.
Oh, till
good
further
store's out.
notice. Till further notice.
Yeah, they said they have to hold up.
You want me to put my titties on the table? Because that feels better. All right. So
You
anyway.
I'll put you on the table in a minute.
Oh, God. So Fyodor's whimpering, and so am I.
Fyodor.
Something slowing the rotation of the shell that forms the peripheral foundation of this world. Isn't it crazy that
That's my cock.
Isn't it crazy that in all these books I keep messing up, and then like for our work that we won't mention, I keep tongue-tying myself, but now like this book's just, I'm in it, and I'm like,
it's because you've had something to drink and you're relaxed.
Maybe. And I'm excited.
You do that at work, you're all like, we have to be sober. I'm sitting over at my desk.
But also, I'm kind of excited because we're about to film some social media promotions for our new potential sponsor. I'm super nervous, but I'm also like getting into it. So keep an eye out for that.
How much more do we have on this?
I don't know. I'm fucking around because I've got like
You've almost made a full episode, dude.
Great.
We thought it was going to be a fast one, but this might be a full.
Because I'm bullshitting, dude. I'm bullshitting. That's all I ever do. I'm bullshitting. Have you noticed how hot it is?
Yeah.
He noticed that
It's
he...
super fucking hot outside. What is that?
Or one of them, maybe all three. Is that on Reddit? Is that my new house?
That used to be a Pizza Hut?
Is that a...
That's cool as
What
shit,
is it
dude.
now? A whorehouse?
It looks like a church.
Oh my God, if a church moved into a Pizza Hut.
That's what it looks like.
That might be the only church I go to. It's hot in here for a good reason. I smell pizza.
It's stuffed crust.
Oh, stuff my crust. Oh. I really actually one time like prank called people with a friend of mine back in high school, and we would say the whole like, I don't even remember what we'd say. Something about me and your taco. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I even prank called my grandmother, rest in peace, I guess. I'm not a big fan, but she was pissed.
Not a big fan of her.
She was mad. She's definitely in the sphere, I think. So, anywho,
yeah.
What's up, Granny? Yo. All right. I'm sure you're so fucking proud of me. God damn. I hope that we're not wrong. I hope that.
Yeah, if we're wrong, we're fucked.
Oh!
They'd be like, okay, you two little cynical assholes, come here.
Dude, I'm not. She was such a bitch. Dude, look, we're going to have to do a whole podcast on my family trauma.
All
Drama.
of these jokes, Mike, are to cover trauma.
Yeah, like I look funny, but I'm really sad. I cried yesterday.
You look funny.
Oh, do I look pretty? Aw.
You still have your tits on the table.
I know. That's actually really comfortable for the size they are.
Oh, I'm going to put my balls on the table.
Pop them out, baby. So he noticed. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Show me.
If
Tell
anybody
me.
likes poop play.
Oh, God.
Anybody into golden showers? Look, I don't knock anybody's stuff. I'm just not into it. But anyway, so, everybody's
It's
already
too
covered.
filthy for me.
It was super filthy.
Too dirty.
So anyway, you know how everybody's already covered in shit from the sewage?
Yes.
Well,
As they should be.
after being thrown through the air in a sphere of concrete with statues possibly about to smash the fuck out of you and not in the
Okay.
way we want to be smashed, Cole noticed that he or one of
All
them,
the statues' dicks are getting really hard.
maybe all three, had fouled the interior of the cylinder with their excrement. Sheer terror. Hold on.
All three of them pooped their pants?
He doesn't know.
Oh, they don't have pants.
They don't. Yeah. So it's all over the place. Sheer terror had forced its expulsion. What's the use? Said Fyodor
I
Dolly.
got so scared I came.
Will be ground to bits, just like those. He pointed at several bodies nearby. They looked as if a steamroller had passed over them, and then a harrow. Now, let me say, I know I'm a cute, pretty, dumb bitch. I don't know what a harrow is.
I don't know what a harrow is
What's
either.
a
Mike,
harrow?
what's a harrow?
Look it up. All right, so a harrow. I don't know.
My
A
phone's
harrow.
being tied down and abused right now.
Anyway, Jack's thinking maybe we don't have a chance, but we have to act like we did while there's life. It said they looked as if a steamroller had passed over them and then a harrow.
Is that the whole sentence? And then a harrow?
Look, and
Maybe
I
that's
told
what he
you-
was saying when he got squished by the
a
steamroller.
harrow!
A harrow!
Harrow! Oh, that's racist.
Yeah.
Listen, we
Hell
love
yeah.
every culture. It's not our fault Phillip's a racist. I'm an idiot.
You're a
God, I'm
doll.
glad
Look
I'm
at-
pretty.
You're so pretty.
No, somebody should put me in the movies.
You're getting in movies.
Actually, yeah, I hope so to be. Maybe another one. I've been in one, so just if anybody wants to know, it was called A Christmas Story. It's on YouTube. Wait,
No, that's
no,
not
was it
what
called
it's
A Christmas?
called, you
What was it
crazy.
called?
That's-
I already forget what I did. What was
Damn,
it
dude.
called?
You're out of your mind.
The Last Dance? The First Dance?
don't
A
fucking
Christmas
know,
Dance?
girl.
Oh my God. I'm going to call Chad. Chad, save me.
Jeez.
I should be blonde. I'm going to dye my hair
That was
again.
so bad. That was-
Oh my God.
We're not even gonna edit that. That was great.
Love me for my looks, please. Just
do.
love me for my looks.
I love you for your looks.
Oh my
And
God. I'm a clever girl. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So anyway, penises have been flattened.
that's everybody got hit by a steamroller. It was their penis. That got taken out.
What's the use, said Fyodor, and Cole's like, we have to act like we have a life to live.
After your flattened penis happened.
Why should we be spared? We're sinners. We ought. Sinners, whimpered Phyllis. Oh,
Sinners.
God.
What does that mean?
Sinners?
Yeah, what does that mean? What'd you do?
You did something wrong based on God's rules. I am absolutely the definition of a black sheep sinner, and I love it. So, fuck me if I'm wrong.
Your penis will get ran over.
My big ass dick. All right, so sinners, whimpered Phyllis. Oh God, we've sinned and now we have to pay. Oh God, truly, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you're already in hell, why would God do any more to you? Shut up, said Jack. Both
I
of
thought you were
you.
gonna say God. Shut up!
If you don't quit blubbering like two hysterical old women and help me get these idols out of the way, I'll kick your asses right out of this tunnel. All right. Phyllis.
Looked at Jackal and was like, "Bring it, biatch."
Yeah. Jack cursed Phyllis and told her to get up and help. She moaned and
Get up,
raised
Phyllis.
raised her head to look at him. The tangled and dirty blonde hair fell over her face so that she stared at him through the strands. The skin below was dirty and bloody. Her lips were swollen from a blow. One of her breasts was half covered by a dark red blotch. I'm so tired, she moaned. I can't help you. Anyway, why struggle, said Fyodor. Or no, Fyodor's, wait. Why does anybody ask me to read the books? I can't help you. Anyway, why struggle? Fyodor's right. We're doomed. Jack placed his foot against her shoulder, raised the foot and her body with it, and at the same time kicked. She rolled over on her back and stared up at him. Get off your back, you dirty whore, Jack said.
Whore.
Whore. You may have gotten all you wanted in life so far by taking that position, but those days are over. Get up or I'll kick you where you're missing your balls. She tried to spit at him, but all that came out of her mouth was a...
I'm not missing my balls.
They're just inside of me. They're called ovaries. Was a stringy dark brown spittle that flopped like a rope tied at one end.
Spittle? Gross.
You know, when I drool a little bit and it just dribbles a bit, that's a spittle.
I'm breaking your mouth and it comes out just a little bit.
Yeah. Like when you were slamming my head into the chair last night and I was drooling a bit. That's a little spittle. All right, so you and your miserable skin, she said croakingly. That's all you think about. Why don't you die and end your miserable existence? Because I don't want to, he said. Now get up. He leaned forward and grabbed her under the armpits and heaved her up and onto her feet. She swayed and would have fallen had he not held her. Her body was slippery and cold with sweat. She trembled and stank of terror. I didn't mean it, she sobbed. It's just that I've gone through more than I can stand. I just wish it'd be over. I didn't mean it either, Cole said. I had to say something. Get you going now. Help us every little bit. Help. Wieners.
Jackal's a little bitch, dude.
Her hand slipped and she fell onto the stone. I hurt my breast again, she said, whimpering. Cole lifted her again and said, just this once. They heaved simultaneously, and the statue turned on its side.
Are we done?
No. I'm worn out, though.
That sounds like a lot. We just lifted a statue.
Gave me a pounding of my life.
I'm going to have to pee.
Oh, golden showers, here we come. Let me join you in the bathroom.
I drank a lot of water today.
We're so healthy.
I know.
Yet yesterday we drank none and we're extremely dehydrated. We're so smart. All right, no. Just hang on. Hang on to your dicks or your vaginas. I'm almost done.
Hang on to your vagina.
My highlighting ends in 2 pages.
Oh, okay. I'm going to hang on for 2
I
pages.
forgot to finish. Oh, sorry I didn't finish. Maybe you can finish me later. Now the tunnel was spinning so rapidly that he must be passing the same point within a second, doing 1 RPM per second. Now I'm going to give y'all a little hint to my real name. If my initials had stayed the same at my birth, my initials were RPM. Isn't that interesting?
Interesting.
Don't you love that Rachel fun fact?
Little Rachel fun fact.
Since we've always got a Christopher fun fact. It was then that he realized that the bumping and lurching that had first accompanied the whirling had ceased. Then he reorientated, and he knew that their progress was so smooth as if on air because they were in air.
Oh.
Now they're floating in air in a concrete tunnel. It was then his fading mind realized that long before the big stop, they would be dead. Even now, the whirling was driving the blood from the fore part of his brain and front part of his body. So his dick is not hard. It's in a different place.
It's gone.
The blood was draining toward the posterior of his body. That's why they shit themselves.
Oh.
He was fainting and fading away. Soon he'd pass out. Then his oxygen-deprived brain would die. He'd quit breathing. Jack Cole awoke and knew that they were, for the moment at least, saved. The cylinder was not rotating. He was sprawled on the floor with Phyllis half on him and Fedor's feet touching his head. Sounds like a 3-way we've had. He saw Phyllis's eyelids flutter.
I like having 3 ways.
Her blue eyes were staring at him. What happened? He said faintly. We're inside a cloud of manna, he said. We must have collided with one just beginning to form. It's soft enough, so we stopped slowly.
Speaking of soft enough, stop slowly in 3 ways.
Yeah. You just wanted to hint at it.
We're going to do that again?
I hope so.
Hell yeah.
I've requested it.
I know.
Applications are open.
Commitments, dude. If you feel like a piece of leather, don't even bother, dude. I'm telling you.
I went to a mail.
I will tell you in the middle of everything that I don't like this.
Well, I went to a male strip club once with my BFF, and I'm going to mention her first name, Dawn.
It's like an angel.
I know, she's so precious.
Dawn.
She didn't want to go, but I forced her to. She doesn't regret it now because she picked out a guy she liked, and we got like personal lap dances from each guy we picked out. And you feel all Magic Mike in the moment. But male strip clubs let you touch more than female strip clubs do. Well, at least being the opposite gender, you know. And it was sandpapery. And I was almost like, look, if I'm going to touch your sandpapery body, I need to take you to VIP and see the whole package. But we didn't. We were all nervous and scared and being polite. And I'm never going to do that again. Never. So anyway, if anybody wants to pay for us to go to Vegas.
Touched some females that felt like a piece of
weird.
Like a shoe.
Weird.
Like, what the hell?
Weird.
Weird, right?
It's super weird. Anyway, but we love all kinds. You know, whatever. To each their own. You're all beautiful in our book.
All beautiful. Just don't like leather.
He's picky.
Very picky.
By then, the mana had built up so that both ends of the cylinder were completely blocked. Ooh. The growth was pushing Cole and Phyllis toward the center, bearing them on its face. His hands plunged into the warm, jelly-like substance, and the filaments began to climb over his shoulders and face. There was nothing for him to do but kick against the soggy stuff and propel himself down the tunnel. Fyodor, disobeying Cole's order to move cautiously, leaped up to catch him. As a result, Fyodor shot up and banged his head against the ceiling, and he yelped with surprise and pain. But Cole's progress was slow by his collision immediately thereafter with Fyodor, and they floated toward Phyllis.
Phyllis. Right.
Fill us up. I'm low. After some experimenting,
Hell yeah.
the three found that they could control their movements and direction if they did things very slowly.
Oh.
Fortunately, the tunnel was only about 12 feet wide. She's a big one. So they could propel themselves from one side to the other easily.
It's going to take all three of us to hammer this one.
Woo! And could not reach the walls. Another could push off from the wall, and this also pushed the other against the opposite side. We can only hope the manhole will stop growing.
The manhole's growing.
The manhole. So anyway.
Is that it?
Oh, that's where my highlighting ends.
We're done at the end of the
Let me just find a stopping point. Okay, so whoever would have thought we'd have more than we could eat, or that too much would kill us? Couldn't we dig our way out?
In a giant manhole, there's plenty of food.
We could hold our breaths long enough to get into the open.
Breasts?
Did I say it wrong? I'm sorry, I'm thinking about something else. Even if we died trying, it'd be better than just allowing ourselves to smother. Don't you understand, said Jack. So we did succeed in digging through. One awkward movement might send us flying out in the cylinder. Then what? We'd be helpless, floating in a sphere that's thousands of miles across. Phyllis shuddered as if she were cold, though it was hot in the cylinder. And she said, I don't want to go floating through the air. I'd be absolutely helpless, and I'd go crazy with the earth way below me. I'd think I was falling all the time. I don't want to fall forever. No, I'm staying. At least this cylinder is something solid, a home of sorts. I think the man has stopped growing, said Fyodor. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't panic and try to dig our way out. Sometimes it's better to sit and think about something a while. Time then takes care of the problem. You're right. This time anyway, said Jack.
Time
it has
will
stopped.
take care of every problem.
He licked off the thin white filaments that formed the larger, darker ones, and then slowly scooped up a handful and put it in his mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did.
You better get this stuff before it solidifies, he says.
It tastes yucky when it solidifies.
It'll melt in your mouth, and you can get some liquid into your bodies. He did not tell them that the manna was in the cylinder might be the last they would ever get, because he did not want to depress them even further. This cloud could be the final one to form. It was possible that whatever had always made manna and distributed it throughout the sphere was still functioning, but would soon quit. Everything else had. So why not this?
Why not this?
Bam.
Boom.
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 Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, that was a terrible description of what those keyboard sounds sound like. But anyway, so due to my lack of preparation, I'm going to say that sounded like a great conclusion.
No, it's not over. We still have
It's not over. I'm in conclusion to that chapter.
Oh,
to
yes.
this installment.
This installment.
There's
Episode,
one
if you
more
will.
to go.
One
What
more.
do you think is going to fucking happen? I got to say, this is the
Nothing.
one book that has me sitting on edge
I don't know.
with my,
That's what happened.
pantyless bottoms sitting on the edge of this chair. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. This is probably the most exciting book we've read. I really, the nerd that I am, the weird sci-fi addicted freaky person who used to fantasize about like Freddy Krueger and shit like that. I like this book. I wish there had been some actual sex in it. I don't know if there will be, won't be, whatever. If you can remember when we first started reading it, they gave us a little bit of an insight to the end of the book. And I think that we're kind of getting to that part because it was talking about them spiraling through the air, just hanging onto each other and some weird ass creature, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about all that.
I have a weird feeling that there will be no real conclusion.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah. So anyway, hang tight. Hold on to your
We'll be right back
crotches.
in about a week.
Well, yeah. So thank you all for joining. Please stay tuned for the ending of Inside Outside. I can't wait to
I
see
can't
it.
wait either.
Yeah, I feel good about this book. Anyway, just a teaser.
Needs more titties, Phillip.
Well, titties are on the very front of the book.
Needs more titties in the book, Phillip.
They're all out.
Need more.
Well, anyway, so just as a little like teaser, the next book I'm planning on reading is called Dr. Wonderful.
Of course it is.
So anyway, stay tuned, follow us, find us, be our besties. I love you all. Goodbye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.